Be watching as a dedicated newspaper editor takes an eye-opening look at what life in a ghetto school is really like when the Reverend Jesse Jackson makes a surprise appearance in Lou Grant tomorrow night on CBS.
Like a mountain morning sunrise coming slowly through the trees, like an eagle when it spreads its wings across the blue sky breeze. It's all that's big and bold and free. Come taste the great outdoors. It's a part of what you're dreaming. Make it yours. Make it yours. Make it Coors. Make it yours.
Starting Monday on the 10 o'clock news, Channel 4's Tom Steyer leads a hunt for a good, honest mechanic. His search may drive you up the wall at times, and too often you'll find that honesty takes a back seat to profit. Auto repair, where do you turn? Channel 4's Tom Steyer found out, and you'll find out that even honest mistakes can be costly mistakes. Auto repair, where do you turn? A series of special reports starting Monday on the 10 o'clock news.
Channel 4 minicams. They're everywhere.
Your Sunday evening viewing with 60 Minutes. Then a fight to the finish over money on All in the Family. Next, Mel's Thanksgiving runs afoul of the law on Alice. Then Lucy comes to Nashville. And on Dallas.
You may not be the father of our baby.
You tell me.
It all starts at 7, 6 Central and Mountain.
Conservative.
Cowboys ball, 2nd and 8 on their own 40-yard line as we get into the final period of play. All right, Mr. Ex-quarterback, call this next play for me.
You know, Dallas has lulled New Orleans to sleep, being very conservative. Let's see if perhaps they fake. I don't think they're going to fake to Dorsett. He's up in the slot, but I'm hoping they go to Dupree. Well, he moves back.
2nd and 8. See what Roger has in mind. Dorsett out to the 43-yard. You're half right.
We got half of it right. I think they're content to sit on this 21-7 lead. Their defense is playing so well. Dupree was blocking, I believe, there, Frank. Here we go. Let's see what he's doing. He's blocking on the linebacker here on Hughes, number 54.
Dorsett picked up 5 yards. Let's see. Tony is now at 78 yards rushing in 19 carries. He needs over 130 to reach 1,000, but it's just a matter of time once again.
I think in this situation you have to put the ball up to control it. A little screen pass.
Yeah, one of the officials here seems to be having a bit of a problem.
Might as well go to our favorite receiver. Preston Pearson's in the game. He makes the big plays.
A little shoulder problem there appears to be.
Those officials have to start working out.
That's Ralph Moorcroft, who is the umpire. I've seen more officials, it seems, this year trampled, you know, getting in the way of plays and things of that sort. And I remember a game I did earlier this year. One guy had really a tough time after he got run over.
Is that right?
Yeah, and got kind of tangled up in the pileup, which I'm sure they do every once in a while.
You know, they must be pretty flexible, though, because they're right in the way so many times, and they don't really get hit as often as they should.
Do you ever mention, sir, you were in my way on that last play?
Yeah, a lot of times they'll get, when you have a back come across the middle, the guy in the middle doesn't get out of the way sometimes.
And you let them know about it?
Well, you throw it at them occasionally.
3rd down. Dallas needs 5 for the first down. Cowboys are at their own 43. A little over 14 minutes left to play in the game. Shotgun formation. Low snap for Staubach.
There's Pearson.
Yeah, there's a flag also.
Oh!
Number 78, Lois Grooms, wrestling Staubach to the ground.
All right, Staubach, I think, looking for Pearson here. But he starts to run, and I don't think he should have run here.
Oh, sir.
Ooh.
It's a little tough.
Yeah.
There was a flag on the play, by the way.
There he's going. He's got him deep. Had him deep.
Offense, number 67, holding, decline, 4th down.
Pat Donovan, the Cowboys' fine offensive tackle, flag for holding. Saints decline it. That'll set up 4th down, and Danny White comes on to do his number again. Hey, Staubach's mixed it up pretty good. Dupree has caught 2 passes. He's the only receiver who's caught 2. I'd say that's mixing him up pretty good. Big rush on White.
Ooh.
Barely got it away. Fair catch signaled by Wes Chandler at the St. 20. And New Orleans will take over the ball at that point. 1 minute left to play in that Cardinals-Redskin game, with the Cardinals continuing to lead. We'll be back in Dallas in just a moment.
When you farm your own land, the work never ends. But you do it with pride and all the strength you can muster. But now comes Miller time. Time to head for the best-tasting beer you can find. America's quality beer, Miller High Life.
When it's time to relax, one beer stands clear. Beer after beer. If you've got the time, we've got the beer. Miller Beer.
Our little cats from Lincoln Mercury are tough on competition. Starting with October 6th production, our Bobcat has more standard equipment than last year. And Bobcat's sticker price, as shown, is $38.40. Yet comparably equipped, it's $181 less than a $78. Great, Bobcat. Our Monarch has handsome styling, luxuriously equipped, and it's right engineered. Monarch's price, just $45.58. That's class, Monarch. You'll find big values at the sign of the little cat.
14 minutes and 2 seconds left to play here at Texas Stadium. Cowboys leading the Saints 21-7. Archie Manning 18 out of 28 for 129 yards up until this point. And you can see just 37 seconds left up in Washington. And the Cardinals with a 10-point lead. They jumped out in front 24-0 early in that game. Redskins cut it down to 7. And that was it. Here's a big rush. Harvey Martin's got him around the waist and drags him down.
39th sack for that Dallas defense this year.
Martin is hurt.
Boy, they're coming now. 14 minutes to go in the game. They're coming. There's Too Tall. Harvey's there first. Look out, there's Cole. Nowhere to go with the football.
Harvey Martin is shaken up. As we mentioned before, Harvey suffered a knee injury earlier this year, and they flew him to New York and made up one of those special knee braces. And he's been wearing that, and he's also been suffering from a bad Charlie horse. So he hasn't had nearly the year that he had last year when he was the NFL's Defensive Player of the Year. All right, here's a final score now. The Cardinals have beaten the Redskins, so if Dallas wins, they'll be tied with Washington for first place in the NFC East.
Is your gas doing everything it could for your car? Be sure with STP gas treatment, because it really helps. To keep a carburetor clean, fight rust in the fuel system, it even helps get water out of your gas tank. And it's easy to use. STP gas treatment, it really helps. So try it.
Yeah, for my car, it's STP.
There are lots of batteries out there making all kinds of claims, performing all kinds of demonstrations. We simply say this: the J.C. Penney battery is so powerful, it's warranted for as long as you own your car. If it ever fails to accept and hold a charge, return it with proof of purchase. We'll replace it free. And it never needs water, ever. It's the last battery your car will ever need.
NFL action begins next Sunday with the NFL Today, followed by a full slate of regional games. You'll say, you saw it on CBS Sports.
That man is the 5th winningest coach in NFL history, going after his 157th career win. Head coach Tom Landry of the Cowboys. Saints, Archie Manning back to throw at the goal line. Clears it out nicely to Galbraith. 20 out to the 25, and a fine one-on-one tackle by Aaron Kyle of the Cowboys. Still short of the first down after the Manning sack. Saints need to reach the 31-yard line. So the stage is now set for the big battle here at Texas Stadium on Thanksgiving Day. It'll be a battle for first place in the NFC East. The Redskins and the Cowboys tied for first place if Dallas goes on to win. We might also point out that Philadelphia has beaten the Giants 19-17.
That had to be quite a comeback for the Eagles.
It did, and the Eagles are now just one game out of first place, so they're going to have something to say about this whole thing before it's over. 3rd down and 5. Manning over the middle. Galbraith slips a tackle from Cliff Harris. But Harris's friends gang up quickly on the Saint running back. He'll be short of the 1st down by a margin of 2 yards.
You know, the one thing that Harris will do to you also is he'll sit in there and gamble and watch. If you've done something quite often, as the Saints have gone to Galbraith in that situation, he was right there to make the play.
4th and 2. Blanchard to do the punting. Tony Hill is deep for the Cowboys. Saints have not run the football well at all. They've picked up just 62 yards rushing against the Cowboys. Dallas with 10 men up front once again. Let's see if they're coming. And now they start to back off. Another line drive kick. This will be returned. Hill at the 30-yard line. 35, far sideline, flag. Hill is hit short of the 40 and driven back. Brooks Williams, number 88, down there quickly for the Saints. And another penalty marker down.
Frank, you were talking about Landry. I had the opportunity to play for him in the '73 Pro Bowl. I was very, very impressed with him. Very impressed.
Man is slightly organized, isn't he?
He certainly is. And he thought I was all right because he let me play a little bit. But he lightened up on us, though.
On the run back, illegal use of hands, number 25. 1st down.
That's against Aaron Kyle of the Cowboys. So move it back to the 26-yard line. Be 1st and 10 for Dallas at that point. And here's where the Cowboys go into their clock-killing act.
You think they're going to give it to Dorsett?
I think the odds are at least 2-1. It is Dorsett. Here he goes. He may be gone. Chapman trying to run him down. Caught him at the 10-yard line.
Here it is, Frank. We said at the beginning of the 2nd half, you give it to him enough, he's going to break one. And here he goes. Spencer must be pretty quick to run him down from behind.
That play covered 58 yards. And the Cowboys have a 1st down at the Saints 11. You never know, do you, with him? You never know.
You just don't go to sleep when he's carrying the football.
That puts his yardage up to 136. Now, let me double check that. He's going to be right at 1,000 for the year after that. Dorsett it is. Taking it inside the 10 down to the 8-yard line. That puts Dorsett officially at 1,009 yards on the season. He becomes the 3rd runner in the NFL this year to go over 1,000.
Some of the moves that he makes reminds you so much of O.J. Simpson. Simpson's one of the few backs that I've ever seen that can gain yardage with both feet off the ground. And Dorsett does the same kind of running.
Only two other players have hit the 1,000-yard mark in each of their first 2 seasons, John Brockington and Lawrence McCutcheon.
It's quite an accomplishment.
And off up the middle, going to Laidlaw, takes it to about the 6-yard line. Cowboys have to reach the 1 to pick up another 1st down without crossing the goal line, but they can do it.
As many times as Dorsett's carried the ball, you'd think that when they do give it to Laidlaw, nobody would be there to tackle him.
Word from the benches that Harvey Martin bruised his right knee, the one he injured earlier this year, but may be back this afternoon. So apparently it's not too serious. 3rd down. Cowboys need 5 for the 1st down. At the New Orleans 6-yard line. Staubach to throw. Drew Pearson. Incomplete in the end zone. Good defense by Spencer. Maurice Spencer, number 29. There with the Cowboy All-Pro wide receiver. And Dallas will be forced to settle for the field goal.
Staubach showing the experience that he has. He starts to go, but there's a linebacker in the way. He waits for Pearson to clear. But Spencer makes a fine play. Spencer has 4 interceptions this year. He just ran Dorsett down from behind. Not a bad corner.
Dorsett now with 144 yards rushing. He had 149 last week against the Packers. He's going to be right up at the top again of the NFC statistics after this week. Here's Septien, 24-yard field goal attempt. It is good. So Dallas gets 3 points out of the drive, which is highlighted by the 58-yard sprint by Tony Dorsett to set it up. Cowboys 24, Saints 7.
I always thought my first trip home would feel just like a dream, but I can't shake the memories inside.
If you join the people who've joined the Army, you'll become part of something that becomes a big part of you.
Strength and satisfaction and the help of friends who care. They're memories, they're yours to keep, they're mine to keep and share.
When I press this button, a new era in photography begins. Polaroid introduces Sonar Automatic Focusing. This camera sends out inaudible sound waves that bounce off the subject and return in a split second. The lens automatically rotates to perfect focus. You can get a precisely focused picture every time in minutes at the touch of one button. The new Sonar One Steps from Polaroid, the world's simplest camera.
Frank Lieber with Roman Gabriel. Must be getting a little cool here at Texas Stadium.
Yeah,
the cheerleaders are beginning to cover up.
Putting their jackets on.
Septien kicking off. Chandler is deep. Rich Mouty is also back there. This is Mouty. Out to the 10, 15, 20. Nailed at the 24-yard line.
There's a guy we hadn't said too much about, Mouty. He's the captain of their special teams and is credited with 21 unassisted tackles.
That's an unreal statistic, you know, because you got to be down there first and then you got to make the tackle, right?
Yeah, boy, I tell you, that's moving. That guy wants to play football. A lot of them make it that way, too.
That's the longest Cowboy drive of the day, 68 yards, and Dorsett ate up 58 with that one run. 1st and 10, Saints at their 24-yard line.
Poor Archie.
This is one time you don't like playing quarterback. Last quarter when you're down 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Over the middle to Galbraith.
I tell you what,
Waters on the stop.
He's smart, though. He's doing the right thing. He's not taking too much time back there with the football. He's looking real hard for the first guy to come open.
Little over 9 minutes left to play in the ball game. Cowboys could move into a tie with the Redskins for the NFC East divisional lead, as the Cardinals beat the Redskins this afternoon, 27-17. And that, of course, sets things up for a big shootout Thursday afternoon here at Texas Stadium. You can see it on CBS. Cowboys and Redskins at 2:30 Central Time. 2nd down, 4. Saints at their 30-yard line. Manning's pass thrown at the feet of Tinker Owens, the intended receiver. And the Cowboy, you used to be the guy. You know, we used to have those good mics down on the sidelines to catch those quarterback calls. And you used to be the guy with the fast cadence and the slow cadence and the fast. You all right? Guilty?
Yeah, guilty. They took that away from me, though, because they said I used to bob my head. And to this day, I don't know how defensive linemen can see a quarterback's head.
3rd down. Saints still need 4 for the first down at their 30-yard line. They trail the Cowboys 24-7. Intended for Owens at the 40-yard line. Mark Washington on coverage. And the Saints will have to punt.
That's the kind of thing that happens to you at times when you are being rushed real hard and you're in a situation like this. Then when you do have the time, you have a tendency to overthrow the football.
Tom Blanchard averaging just under his season average today. He's been getting off several line drive kicks, which have been very returnable.
I better hope he gets a good one off now, or Dallas will have good field position again.
Standing back at his 15, awaiting the snap.
Nope.
Not much of a kick in terms of height. Tony Hill at the 35. Hill still on his feet. He's at the 40 and run out of bounds at the 45-yard line.
Did you see the move that he put on the first guy?
He has been known to do that. Watch this.
Look at this movement here. Boy, what a dancer. He must have been over to the disco stirrup at the Marriott last night. What a play.
How'd you know about that place? First down. Cowboys have the football at their 43. 8 minutes, 23 seconds.
Well, there's Archie Manning pondering what his next move's going to be.
Dorsett's really taking over a load now with Newhouse out of there. There's Tony carrying the ball to the 44. Of course, what's going to happen now, if Newhouse is not able to play, you can look for those defenses to really load up on Dorsett, huh?
Yeah, I think so, but Landry will find some way to loosen him up again. That Fetterspill's having a fine game for him, for the Saints.
He's had an excellent year, and the more they play him at that middle linebacker in the flex position, the more they say he's going to be a great football player. He plays that defense very well. Second down, 9. You know, Saints have been playing that flex for only 7 weeks. And Dick Nolan trying to force feed him into it. Finally abandoning the old defense. Here's Dorsett at the 50. Picked up another 6-7 yards.
Right call at the right time. That time both tackles up on the ball in that flex and both ends off. When those ends are off the ball, they're easier to get to and block.
That puts Dorsett over 150 yards for the afternoon. As we said, he's already reached the 1,000 mark now for the season. Be third down. Cowboys need 2 for the first down with the ball at midfield.
You think he can break another one?
Certainly. You know, the thing in college, he used to come on stronger in the last quarter than he did in the first.
That's right.
3rd and 2. Roger Staubach rolling out to his right, gets it away. Dupree at the 40, Dupree at the 35, Billy Joe Dupree at the 30, 20, 15, caught from behind at the 12-yard line.
Well, that's the one we were talking about earlier. Faked the ball to Dorsett and then threw it to Dupree. It just came a little late.
Dupree was wide open and put a couple of good moves on here. You can't arm tackle this guy. He's too strong.
He has good speed for a big man, which most of these guys up here do now.
Speaking of big men, it was Don Reese, number 60, who ran him down, who's a defensive lineman.
Boy, they all have speed.
From Sky Eye, take a look at it.
Staubach, fine play, throwing that ball across his body to Dupree.
Now the Cowboys opening things up here. Players shaking up on the far side of the field is Clarence Chapman. He appears to be all right. Timeout. We'll be back in just a moment.
We're here to remove this dead tree with a Skill Saw brand chainsaw. It's solid state for easy starts, light and controllable, with patented anti-vibration handles and an exclusive inertia chain brake system that works when others won't. Plus, skill, quality, and dependability won't let you down. Skill Saw chainsaws. To do it with confidence, do it with skill. And the exclusive inertia chain brake system that works when others won't.
You're seeing some real tough truck pounding. At Ford's Arizona Proving Ground, we've been testing body and suspension components over a tough durability course for more than 20 years. Truck jarring bumps, mud baths, salt baths, frame twists, uphill poundings. And Ford pickups with twin I-beam suspension are built tough to take it. In fact, Ford test trucks got over 1 million test miles last year. Tough Fords. America's best-selling pickups.
Get ready for Bobby Benton's Rock and Rollers with Penny Marshall, Eric Estrada, and more. It's dance, it's roller skating, it's madness like Grease on Wheels. Coming November 20th.
There's Clarence Chapman being tended to on the sidelines. That pass play from Staubach to Dupree covered 38 yards. Cowboys have a first down at the 13-yard line of the New Orleans Saints. Staubach is now 9 out of 15. 141 yards. Dorsett takes it down to the 8. Another 5 yards on Tony's total.
Here it is again. They continue to hand the ball to Dorsett with Scott coming around leading the way. Linebackers trying to make the play, but he's not able to.
That was Dorsett's 24th carry of the afternoon.
He's going to be a little tired when this ball game's over.
Second down. Dallas needs 6 for the first down.
No wonder he sleeps late.
8 for the touchdown. Good point. But that was the day before the game, not the day after the game. Here's Dorsett. Dips in, dips back outside. Wanted to come back this way. It slipped and fell. It's one of the few instances, really, that the field has been a factor.
I tell you what, Frank, when this turf is dry, it's hard to play on because it's that tartan turf, and it doesn't have a nap like the AstroTurf, so it is a little bit slippery, and with it being wet, it's even more so when you have to make a cut like Dorsett was trying to make.
I take it after 5 knee operations, you're not an artificial turf fan.
No, because when you fall on the stuff, it hits you back as hard as you fall on it. I'm just not crazy about AstroTurf or tartan turf or any of the artificial turfs.
Third down and 9 for the Cowboys. Ball is back at the 11-yard line. They have to get to the 2, maybe the 3-yard line to pick up the first down. Scott Laidlaw into the middle, and Laidlaw carries it to about the 7. So again, it'll be field goal time for the Cowboys. Alex Price making the stop for the Saints.
Maybe it's not that I'm not crazy about the turf as much as I am as what they lay it over, the asphalt underneath.
So it'll be 4th down. Dallas will need 6 for the first down, and Septien, who kicked a 24-yarder a moment ago, this time will try to do it from 26 yards. Waters to hold. 4 minutes left to play in the game. No problem. Cowboys put up another 3 on the board and move out to a 27-7 lead over the New Orleans Saints, and it's beginning to look like Dallas is picking up some momentum on the basis of what they did against Green Bay last week, and they pretty well dominated this thing outside of the first period. You know, the Saints took that opening kickoff, went 73 yards, and that has just about been it for their offense.
That's all they've done, and you know, you remarked as to why other teams don't have a shotgun offense. The Saints should have one now. They're down 20 points. Everybody knows they have to throw. You're better to put your quarterback back there and let him see where they're coming from than you are to have him turn his back.
Saints have had a total of 2 first downs in the second half. That's been the extent of their offense, as the Cowboys have completely shut them down, particularly the running game. Galbraith has now caught 7 passes for 65 yards, so he will certainly remain among the leaders in the NFL. Rich Monty back at the 5-yard line, returns to the 20, up across the 25, and out of bounds at the 27. Randy Hughes in on the tackle for the Cowboys with 3:45 left to play.
Well, it takes a big heart now for Manning to go back and throw the ball.
I don't think he has much choice if he wants to stay in the job, does he?
You have to commend his offensive line, though. They're in there battling. They're behind. They know those guys are coming, but they're fighting.
1st and 10. Saints from their 27-yard line. That's Mike Strong, who came into the ball game on this series of downs, his first appearance of the afternoon. Obviously, that didn't work too well. Dave Stalls, number 65, who was a backup defensive lineman.
Little quick screen. Dallas was right on top of it.
Cowboys have also installed Larry Bethea, number 76, defensive right end, who is the #1 draft choice out of Michigan State.
That's what you call a quick release.
Second down, 15 after the loss of 5. Manning completes it out to the 33-yard line, a little bit short of the first down, as the pass reception was picked up by Ike Harris.
Here's something that's difficult to get receivers to do in all levels. Harris works himself downfield on the curl and comes back for the football. If he doesn't come back for the football, it's not a completion.
Statistically, Archie Manning has completed 23 passes and 35 tries for 203 yards. He's had a couple of picked off, and they've hurt. 3rd down, 3. Saints at their 34-yard line. 2.5 minutes to go, and the handwriting on the wall. Cowboys will be tied for first. We get a flag. Tinker Owens, the intended receiver, covered by Mark Washington.
Too tall, was a little too anxious.
Offside against the Cowboys. This is a time of game, though. When you're losing quarterback, you just want to run the clock out and get out of here and start over again next week. Huh?
That's right. You wonder, a lot of people wonder why a quarterback occasionally drops it off in the flat and not just
defense, number 72, offside.
Well, why do teams trail like this? You wonder why they call timeouts inside of 2 minutes.
They have to. The coach would be mad at the quarterback if he didn't. You know, you're still in it. You're still in the game with 2:25 to go.
Trailing by 20 points? Come on, Gabe. In your heart. I don't know if you really believe that. Good protection for Archie. Looking for Childs.
Yeah.
He hit him, and Harris hit Childs.
That was a fine pass. They had to have good protection there, too.
First down at the 40-yard line of the Cowboys. Saints don't look like they're giving up at all. They're going to try to get off another play here prior to the 2-minute warning. 2:05 and counting.
See, if they can score 4 touchdowns, they can go ahead.
Tinker Owens with the pass reception. That's true. That'd be a touchdown every 30 seconds, wouldn't it? Great catch by Childs a moment ago, and from Sky Eye, we'll take a look at that.
Childs just splits the zone, comes right down the middle, and gets to the ball before Harris can bump him.
2-minute warning going to both benches now. Officially 1:59 left to play in the football game. Cowboys lead the Saints 27-7.
When you break horses for a living, the worst part is knowing they might break you first. Once you've done your job, the best part is knowing you've turned a terrified animal into a horse a man can count on. And now comes Miller time. Time to ease off and head for the best tasting beer you can find. Miller High Life, America's quality beer since 1855.
When it's time to relax, one beer stands clear. Miller Beer. You got the time. We got the beer, Miller Beer.
Mike Lieber with Roman Gabriel back at Texas Stadium. 1:59 left to play. Cowboys and Saints both have all of their timeouts left. Should that become a factor here? Saints are driving right now. Probably their best offensive drive of the second half. This started back at the 27-yard line after Septien's kickoff, and the Saints are now at the Dallas 36-yard line, but running out of time. Trailing 27-7 with less than 2 minutes to play. Archie Manning at the throttle. Cowboy rushes on. Manning in trouble behind the line, and he runs into all kinds of white shirts.
Boy, that's too bad, Frank. Charlie Waters fell down, and Henry Childs ran right by him. They had 6 points there if Manning has more time.
That last turn he made was the bad one because it got him right looking face to face with Too Tall Jones.
Boy, did he get hit. Here it is. Manning dropping straight back. He has everybody in there, too. Not much of a block there by 33.
They had a blitz working, too.
Ooh.
Now he turns around, and who is there but Too Tall Jones?
General Electric wants to show you what can happen when my picture leaves the broadcaster's control room. My color can change as my picture travels through transmission lines, satellites, and TV towers. So every GE VIR television uses computer-like circuitry to adjust my color on many programs according to the broadcaster's VIR color signal, automatically. This is GE Performance Television.
A minute 52 left to play. The injured player taken off the field by the Saints was J.T. Taylor. Offensive tackle who's had some problems, but he appears to be all right. Third down. And 16. Saints back at the 46 of the Cowboys. Manning trying to find Childs and Charlie Waters. One-on-one with him, incomplete at the 35-yard line.
Ball was well thrown. I don't know whether Waters got a hand on it or not. The ball was right there. Boy, what a strong safety Charlie Waters has turned out to be. Week in and week out, he's always there playing tough.
Yeah, he played several years at cornerback, which he admittedly was not his best position, but they needed him there, so he played there. But he was out of position, and when Cornell Green retired, they put him at that strong safety, and he's been an all-pro now the last couple of years.
We used to enjoy playing Dallas when he was a corner. Knew he was out of position. But he has certainly made up for it at that strong safety spot.
4th and 16. Nothing to do but go for it here with 1:47 left to play. And Archie Manning does go for it. It's picked off. Randy Hughes, 50, 45, 40, 30, 20. Hughes down to the 15, down to the 10, down to the 5. Hughes is down at the 4-yard line. That's got to be utter frustration to carry it back all that way and get stopped at the 4.
Let's take a look at this, Frank, and we'll see why quarterbacks trying to cover an interception can get hurt. Manning, who is a great competitor, throws the interception. Watch who's down here trying to make the tackle, and watch what happens to Manning. Right here, there's Manning. Oh, he got plowed pretty good. Hughes makes a good move.
First down, goal to go. Cowboys have their number 2 offensive unit in there. Danny White is now in their quarterbacking. 1:33 left to play. That interception return covered 56 yards. That's 3 that Archie has thrown. Larry Brinson and Alois Blackwell are the running backs. Brinson 36, Blackwell 24. It is Blackwell down to the 3, fights his way to the 2, maybe the 1-yard line before he's shoved back by the Saints. For those of you keeping track of statistics, Tony Dorsett winds up this afternoon with 152 yards rushing. He has 1,020 now on the year, averaged 6 yards per carry today, and carried the ball like 25 times. Some of it necessitated when Robert Newhouse went out with the injury in the first half.
He was Dallas's game plan in the second half.
Obviously. It's been the only downer for the Cowboys, the possible loss of Newhouse for a period of time. 2nd and goal to go from the 2-yard line. 52 seconds. Clock is moving. Left in the game. Brinson trying to get up over the top. Got very close, but didn't get in. I don't think Tom Landry particularly wants to rub it in here, so I'm sure he's not going to call timeout or anything trying to score.
This is the kind of thing, though, you like to see a building ball club do. They're in there playing and still hustling and not giving up at all. That's a credit to Dick Nolan and his staff. They're behind, but they're still giving it their all.
Clock will run out before the Cowboys get the play off. They're not going to try to run this play and try to rub in any salt in the wounds of the New Orleans Saints. So Landry, I'm sure, has given them orders not to score here in the last play of the game. There it is. Stay tuned now. Green Bay and Denver coming up next on most of these CBS stations as the Cowboys continue their rise. They're now at the top of the NFC East, tied with the Redskins, and the stage is set for the big matchup on Thursday here at Texas Stadium. The final score, the Cowboys 27, the Saints 7. Stay tuned as the NFL Today continues after this word from your local station. Stay tuned as the NFL Today continues after this word from your local station. All right, back once again at Texas Stadium. Players milling around the field here. Cowboys with a very resounding 27-7 victory. And I would think if the Super Bowl Express was derailed against Minnesota and Miami, I think they got it back together again last 2 weeks.
I think so, Frank. Whoever they're playing in the next 4 weeks had better watch out, because Dallas, not only are they putting it together offensively and defensively, they're starting to create some mistakes by the other team, which we saw today.
The momentum thing seems to be so big, you know, this time of year, and now it seems like Dallas has it, and the Redskins losing to the Cardinals today, I think going to be at a very distinct disadvantage coming in.
I think so too, but you never know about Washington. They play week in and week out, and they have the experience blended along with some young players, but they have to come in here on Thursday to play Dallas, and Dallas is probably playing as good as they have all year long.
Saints started out well with that first drive for the opening touchdown. They held a 7-0 lead at the end of the first period and looked like it was going to be a lot closer ball game.
I thought so too, and Saints came out throwing the football because Dallas generally on first down will line up in a run defense, but Dallas changed that midway in the second quarter, and it became difficult for New Orleans to adjust.
We'll be back to talk to Roger Staubach of the Cowboys after this word for station identification.
This is CBS.
You're the one. We're really cracking for you. You're the one. Get breakfast ready for you.
Those eggs McDonald's uses are fresh grade A eggs. We scramble them up and serve them with pure pork sausage and crispy hash browns. Or we cook them up into our own egg McMuffin. We're really cracking for you at McDonald's.
At McDonald's, we do it all for you.
Larry, taste the Fiesta.
Fiesta?
Fiesta, the crispy round tortilla chip that tastes like a Fiesta.
A Fiesta!
And come in a Fiesta flavors. Real corn flavor, nacho cheese, sour cream and onion, cheese and onion. They're crispy, they're round, they come in flavors, but most of all,
they taste like a Fiesta!
If you like tortilla chips, wait till you taste a Fiesta.
The Hee Haw Honeys, Mondays at 6:30.
Frank Lieber back once again with Roman Gabriel. Roger Staubach is down on the sidelines, and a pretty good afternoon for the Cowboys, Roger. Well, obviously, we got a little mic problem down there. You can hear us, I guess, and we can't hear you, and that's the story. But Roman Gabriel on our right here wants to congratulate you for an outstanding game this afternoon. All right. Okay.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you fine, Roger.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you two quarterbacks talk to each other for a minute. Gabe, go ahead.
Hey, Roger, you're having another fine year. The ball club looks like they're putting it together now. And the two things that I've always thought that made a quarterback great was the score on the board at the end of the game and the consistency. The consistency from year to year, that's the thing that you've been able to accomplish.
Well, you look great, Roger, but we can't hear you. And that's, as we say, that is showbiz. But that's just one of those things. We've got a bit of an audio problem down in the field right now. Cowboys beat the Saints this afternoon, 27-7, and Roger Staubach, as you saw the statistics, had a good afternoon throwing the football. Threw it rather sparingly. 9 out of 15 for 141 yards.
Okay.
Let's see if that mic is back in again. Huh? Is it? No, it didn't work either. Okay. Other statistical highlights. Manning went 25 out of 39 for 235 yards, but Archie did throw the 3 interceptions, and it cost him.
It cost him quite a bit, especially with the breaks the way they were going in the football game.
Hello,
I don't think Manning's had that many interceptions all year in one game.
No, I think you're absolutely right. He just had 8 interceptions on the year in the previous 11 games coming in. So Cowboy defense obviously gave him some problems after that first period, but they did look so crisp on that initial drive. It looked like he was just picking them apart.
They sure did, Frank, and I think you hit it. You hit the key when you said the Cowboy defense had a lot to do with Manning's interceptions.
You know, the big thing I think coming in at the start of the second half was the kickoff return, and I think that pretty well took the wind out of the sails of the Saints, wouldn't you say?
I think so. The Cowboys regained the momentum right away and took it down to score.
Here they come.
This year, you want to give your family a holiday to remember.
It's a puppy! It's a puppy!
That's why you should remember Beneficial. Because Beneficial wants to lend you the full amount you have in mind to give your family all the good things they deserve.
I love Santa. Me too.
Phone Beneficial for your holiday loan today.
Wait.
Hey, you guys.
Back once again at Texas Stadium. We've got Billy Joe Dupre down there, and Billy Joe, another big afternoon catching the football. You've got 8 touchdown passes this year. That's amazing, my man.
Well, they've been coming to me in the plus territory area, and it's been quite beneficial, though. We haven't caught really that many passes, but the ones we've caught have been very key passes, and they've been for touchdowns, a better part of them.
You had a pretty good run after that last one, didn't you?
Well, that's one of those situations that I'm not really accustomed to, because most of the time when I'm catching it in the crowd or either inside the end zone. So it kind of surprised me and the defense, too, at the time.
Roman Gabriel wants to ask you a question here.
Billy, I want to congratulate you on a fine game, but the thing that I noticed with all the tight ends in the league now, you guys are so big, but you have great speed. What is your speed?
Oh, I run about a 4.8 40.
I thought so. You looked like you were flying.
On a good day, I can do a 4.7 if you want it.
That offensive unit has it pretty much in gear now, would you say, over the last couple of weeks, Billy Joe?
Well, for the better part, I think we've accomplished some type of consistency in our game plan as far as the offensive line is concerned. And with these type of things that we're doing and doing them consistent, that it gives the backs a chance to run for daylight and the quarterback a chance to breathe. So it's all working out pretty good for us.
I noticed you guys put Jackie Smith in occasionally. He goes in motion across the formation. What are you trying to do, gain an extra blocker to the other side of the field?
Well, that basically the concept of it is that we put some of our power into the one side of the field or the other.
Yeah, I would wonder if you guys are doing any scoreboard watching up there this afternoon with that.
Oh, you mean Washington and Cardinals? No, we wasn't watching that. It was just 27-17.
Can you tell me the first half score?
No, I can't tell you the first half. I'll only check the final out then.
That's all that counts. Billy Joe, congratulations on a great afternoon and a great season so far for the Dallas Cowboys.
Boy, thank you. Let's hope we can succeed and do a lot better.
Well, the stage is set for the big one Thursday afternoon here at Texas Stadium when the Cowboys take on the Washington Redskins. First place at stake in the NFC East.
Anyone for Atari?
She beat me again?
The Atari video computer system is 20 cartridges with 1,300 game variations you play on your own TV set.
Atari, they tell me you're fast.
Don't watch television tonight. Play it.
Well, we got some final statistics to show you here. Cowboys and the New Orleans Saints pretty much dominated by Dallas, as a matter of fact, although the Saints did pick up some yardage, mostly through the air. In fact, you look at the passing yardage, and the Saints had a pretty good edge.
Oh, you'd have thought the Saints were in the ball game. 215 yards. Of course, Manning did start out well, and he threw some good balls, but most of them were to his backs and to the tight end.
I believe that final statistic, though, kind of tells it all, doesn't it?
Time of possession and turnovers. New Orleans 4 turnovers, something Dallas has been looking for.
Our production this afternoon in Dallas, produced by Tom O'Neill and directed by Duke Struck. We've enjoyed bringing you this Dallas Saints game. And Gabe, first time I've had a chance to work with you, it's been a lot of fun.
I've enjoyed it. Maybe some other time we'll have that opportunity again.
Let's do it. Final score here at Texas Stadium, the Dallas Cowboys 27 and the New Orleans Saints 7.